Hi everyone, this is Ellie. The Corridor of Fate event is now out. Make sure to check the event duration in your time zone. Per usual, I'll have the link to the official patch notes announcement in the video description. Now, if we enter the event main screen, before we get started, I want to make a quick announcement that I have a Twitter or X account dedicated to this game, basically where I post about updates to my guides and also tips and reminders about the game. So make sure to follow me if you're interested. The information will be in the video description and in the pinned comment. Now, moving on to the event. First, Crossroads of Time, top left here, is basically where you're going to access the event story, and the event story is unlocked using these called wishing charms. This is dropped from the first two sections of stamina farming stages, which I'll get to in a bit. The male lead individual storylines will require you invite them to enjoy a meal twice to fully unlock. I personally have not unlocked it yet because I don't have enough stamina. And then the second on the left is Path of Fate. Now these are the stamina farming stages. There are 3 different stages this time, but all of them share the same bonus illustrants, which are the 5 SSRs from this event. Now the Market Lights, the second one, and Ingredient Search, which is the third, will unlock after clearing 4 crossroads here, and 5 intersecting trajectories here, respectively. Now, the Student Council Cleanup and Market Lights, so the first 2 here, will drop the currency needed to unlock the event story stages and 1 type of event shop currency each, right? So Little Night Lamp and Abandoned Draft. Ingredient Search, which is the third one, will drop 2 types of event shop currency and these Delicate Condiments, which is the token needed to participate in the event minigame, which I'll touch on in a little bit. And of note, every day, clearing Ingredient Search 5 times will drop 1 of these tokens for a maximum of 1 per day. So in terms of stamina expenditure, besides the 5 daily runs of Ingredient Search, the recommendation is to first clear everything, then farm difficulty 3, or the highest you can reach, of Student Council Cleanup and Market Lights, because these 2 drop the story unlocking currency. And then after you've finished unlocking the event story, you can focus on farming Market Lights and Ingredient Search for the event shop currencies. The Blessing Shop, which is the third on the left here, this is basically where you're going to find the event shops, and there are 3 this time, and each shop uses a different type of currency. One is Abandoned Draft, this one is Little Night Lamp, and this last one here is Cat Sugar Painting. Basically, make sure you're farming the correct stamina stages for the shop that you want to purchase from. So the profile items, the 2-star Pictura and event souvenir, are all obtainable from the event shops here. The event avatar, however, is claimed from login, so login day 2. And then regarding the materials, it's not worth it to redeem Pictura, EXP from any of the shops. In terms of tin coins, the feathers and the gold coins, redeem only as needed. Now, if we go back here, Food Journey, the last on the left here, is basically the minigame I was talking about. So every day you get 1 free cooking attempt. These will not stack, so make sure to use it up daily. You can also play using the Delicate Condiments dropped from Ingredient Search, which I previously mentioned. Now, later during the event, you'll be able to buy these tokens with 60 diamonds each for a maximum of 20 right here. It says available in 10 days. The attempts will be consumed after you finish cooking, but if you quit midway, you won't lose the attempt. So if you feel like you're going to fail, quit immediately while the minigame is still going on. Now, if you fail twice in a row, the 3rd cooking attempt is guaranteed to succeed. Also, every day you can invite a male lead to enjoy a meal, so the enjoy right down here. These invitations do stack. And each time you need to prepare 4 different dishes, and if these include his favorite food, you'll trigger a special chibi story. And also tapping on the male lead during the meal will also trigger voice lines. Mello from our community Discord server made a recipe guide, and she has allowed me to share it. You can find this in my community post and on my Twitter, linked in the pinned comment. Now if we go back, on the right we have top-up rewards. This basically leads us to the time-limited top-up event, which is pretty self-explanatory. Please keep a note that this time duration is different from the actual Corridor of Fate event. On the right, there's Destiny Gallery, which is basically the event Gacha banner, and that's also pretty self-explanatory. Letter from a Distance will be unlocked later. These are just like cute letters from the male leads that you can read and obtain. Now, if we turn to the Gacha, per usual, we have the Rate Up Choice feature. I already used it. The event illustras for this time are all SSRs, so there's 5 SSRs. And so basically, if you wish for one of them, it guarantees that the first event SSR you get is the one that you choose. The specific rates are listed in details here. Now, as a reminder, the detailed illustra guides for this event are already up on my Notion site, which is linked in the video description and in the pinned comment. Now, briefly going over the cards. Alkaid SSR is a solid healer that sacrifices a bit of itself to provide good utility for the team. It does rely on manual combat, so it won't do much in daily auto clears, but it does perform well in high difficulty content. It also pairs well with taunt illustras by providing them survivability. Ayn SSR is a healer with useful yet very unreliable utility because its kit is highly dependent on probability, so it has the potential to be a mediocre or subpar healer or an outstanding healer. It performs decent enough on auto in regular clears, but it does do better on manual in high difficulty content if you can get the probability skills to proc. So try to pair this Illustro with effect hit rate buffing teammates. Of note, a few cards that will be released in the future, 3 up until today on CN, will apply a guaranteed effect hit status, so if you know you'll be pulling for them in the future, you can ignore the probability issues for this Illustra. And I'll include these in the pinned comment so you can look them up on the CN wiki site. Cael's SSR is a mediocre sub-damage dealer that functions as a damage over time team member. Unfortunately, dot teams are and will continue to be weak. The only notable part of this kit is a team-wide debuff cleanse. Clarence's SSR is a strong, versatile main AoE damage dealer that has high damage output and strong self-sustain, so it performs extremely well in regular content and even better on manual in high difficulty content. What really shines for this card is the ult effect, where for every enemy hit by the ult, this Illustra recovers a percentage of HP. Lars' SSR is an average supportive single target with probability to clear one enemy's ult gauge, but otherwise provides no reliable, useful utility. This sounds good on paper, but a few future cards have reliable ways to clear or significantly reduce all enemies' ult gauges, so this ult effect becomes kind of awkward. But if you want to make this Illustra work, it's best to pair with effect hit rate buffing teammates. Overall, I would recommend pulling the Clarence SSR, even if you have other AoE damage dealers. In my opinion, this card remains Clarence's top 3 AoE in the future, and will be an overall top 3 for another 1.5 years. It performs well in both regular and high difficulty content, and then for the newer players watching this video, the ult level 6 version of this card should be one of, if not the top choice for your assist slot. And second, if you don't own a decent healer, you can consider pulling Ayn's or Alkaid's. They're decent, but nothing outstanding, and each of them has a few glaring flaws. And with all that said, please check out the detailed Illustrate guides on my Notion site. I also want to mention that all of the comments that I made just above are solely from a meta and combat perspective. Now, if we look at the Pictura for this time, this event's 3-star Pictura is not increased initial ult charge, so from a combat standpoint, it's not worth pulling. Before I end the video, I also want to mention a few additional things going on in the game. I'll briefly go over them here, but you can find additional details in my Twitter post. So first of all, the time-limited top-up here, I briefly mentioned a little bit earlier, but here you can earn the Male Lead's New Year Academy outfits, which are those like chibi outfits, a Corridor of Fate login screen, and time-limited Old Dutch paints. There's also a special call and rewards. Basically, when you log in, you'll receive a special in-game calls, and you can also log in across different days to receive 10 time-limited Old Dutch paints via in-game mail, and 2 to 3 will be sent at a time for a total of 10, so make sure to check your mail up here. Also, they're introducing VIP limited packs. Basically, they're adding new packs purchasable only to players with an active VIP card, which is the monthly pass. And you can find these in shop, and then pack, and VIP limited. The premium paint box, which is a discounted 10 pull each week, has been moved here as well. Now, each pack here can be purchased once daily, and you can choose to buy for a 1 day only or buy for 7 consecutive days with the discount. I do want to mention the Diamond Lucky Box, which doesn't appear to be here right now, but at the minimum you'll get 10 diamonds, but you have the chance to get 20 diamonds, 60 diamonds, or 1 Old Dutch paint instead. I also want to mention that during this event period, if you purchase a VIP pass, you will get 2 time-limited pulls in addition to the regular rewards. That'll be all for the video. Make sure to check the pinned comment, and please like and subscribe.